We proceed with our tour of Bukhara, a city where history is brought to life at every turn. Now we will go for a walk along the ancient streets that preserve the spirit of centuries. Here, between the clay facades, madrassas, mosques, and arched passages, you can feel the real Oriental flavor. Each street leads to new discoveries, be it an ancient caravanserai, a domed bazaar, or a secluded courtyard with carved doors. Together, let's stroll to the locations where pilgrims, sages, and traders once strolled. Bukhara is holding back from sharing its tale. Samanid Park is one of the most cozy and symbolic places in Bukhara, where history meets nature. It is located near the Old City, and it is here that one of the main architectural monuments of the Islamic world is located, the Samanid Mausoleum, centuries, recognized as a masterpiece of pre-Mongol architecture of Central Asia. This location was once the location of an old Muslim graveyard. The region was planted and transformed into a green park in the 20th century, where you may now walk among blossoming trees, fountains, and shaded pathways. Despite being close to busy streets, there is a unique quiet and tranquility here. The park not only beautifies the city, but also serves as a place for reflection and spiritual relaxation. Tourists and locals come here to touch the legacy of the Samanid era, a dynasty that stood at the origins of statehood and culture in Muslim Central Asia. Feel the breath of antiquity that practically floats in the air here as you stroll through Samanid Park and unwind under the shelter of centuries-old trees. In the 16th century, when Bukhara became the capital of the Shaybanids, trading domes began to be actively built to protect street trade from the heat and sand. Their architecture was thought out to the smallest detail: ventilation, light, acoustics. All this made the bazaars not just markets, but cultural centers of life. The streets and bazaars of Bukhara are not just architecture. They are texts. Texts written by the wind, shadows, and time. You only have to want them to, and they will start talking or whispering just for you. When the sun's golden light was like sand, gently settling on the walls of yellow brick, I found myself on one of the streets of old Bukhara. Wooden shutters that were peeling with age, arched vaults, and small hallways linking homes all appeared to be abandoned. Instead, it appeared as though the city was just breathing steadily and gently, and everything was as alive as it had been a millennium ago. There is no bother on these streets. They are not run along by people. Like the caravans that traveled the Great Silk Road, they move gently alongside them. There has always been more to Bukhara than just a city. It was the intellectual center of the Muslim East during the reign of Ismail Samani in the 9th century. Here, Ibn Sina taught, and hundreds of students, academics, philosophers, and business people were familiar with the streets. There is no bother on these streets. They are not run along by people. Like the caravans that traveled the Great Silk Road, they move gently alongside them. There has always been more to Bukhara than just a city. It was the intellectual center of the Muslim East during the reign of Ismail Samani in the 9th century. Here, Ibn Sina taught, and hundreds of students, academics, philosophers, and business people were familiar with the streets. A young man in a turban was selling papyrus and ink on the corner. He gave me a quick look but remained silent, as though he knew I wouldn't be around for long. A row of stores to the left included a bookbinder of embossed leather, a chemist with dried herbs, and a jeweler with silver. All of this took place between the same arches and inside the same walls as today. We found ourselves under one of the 4 famous trading domes of Bukhara, Tim Abdullah Khan. These bazaars were real economic centers. Here they exchanged not only goods, but also stories, views, knowledge. In Tim Kobaldian, they sold fabrics and silks. In Tok Zarduzanov, gold and jewelry. In Tok Sarafan, currency and precious coins. Today, these bazaars are still alive, and in their shadows, craftsmen create ceramics, embossing, carpets, and knives, just like centuries ago. Thank you for viewing. There are still a ton of exciting things to come, so remember to like and subscribe. And we keep on traveling.